everybody, Aaron Stelle here. Just wanted to walk you through this month, September of 2023's Client Advantage and Sales Advantage. And just to give you a little bit of a background on where this came from is we were talking last week in our sales meeting, and it came up that, in the past, we were able to look at, past numbers where we're talking about, percentage over asking price, plus rates, plus the price of the house, everything like that, and combine it and then see a snapshot in time now where the difference in monthly payment or the difference in overall cost ends up being somewhere similar. And so we were trying to find something similar to that to say, okay, here is some justification for why someone would want to buy a house in today's market with the rates being where they are. And in looking at past data and current data, really pouring through a ton of stuff, we really just basically found out that that is not something that's going to be possible. It is a fact that buying a house 6, 8, 12, 14, whatever months ago is going to be a better deal than where we're at now in the current environment. However, that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. So what we did is we actually started looking at some things, and we looked at some articles that showed where it's being it's suspected it will be next year. And there was an article that came out, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and show you. So when we look at all of this stuff, and when we decided to make it part of our campaign for this month, there was this article that came out from Fox Business that basically said what they are expecting is a 6.5% increase in the price of homes by July of 2024. And so if you're combining everything that's happening, both with the rate environment, and then also the pricing environment, and then also the number of sitting on the sidelines waiting for homes to actually, or for rates to drop, this is who we're targeting. So the goal of this looking ahead campaign, so it's called the Looking Ahead campaign, is to show clients that even though the rates are high, there is some opportunity right now to get something that will be more affordable than it will be down the road. And it could actually be very close. So the execution on this is we do have this Fox Business article that basically explains why, because it's a very low inventory market that's continuing to stand out there. Rates are continuing to be, pretty high and expected to only slowly come down. And so what we found, like in the Portland market, I used MLS data to really pull all of this information. You can also go to the Redfin, their data tool will tell you, percentage over asking, and they will tell you, what the actual average price is if you're trying to find it for other areas. But I used MLS data for this specific campaign. So what I was looking for is I wanted the median home price, I wanted the amount above asking, and then kind of the historical amount above asking that we could expect in the future, which all came from RMLS here in Portland. And then put it all into this graphics. You're going to get this graphic, and I will show it to you, which basically puts it into a nice little table and explains to them what it will cost them to wait and what they will gain in payment by doing so. So the leverage is there's still countless people out there that are waiting for rates to drop before they get into the housing market. This is both buyers and sellers, but we're really kind of looking at, affordability. So buyers is kind of what we're targeting, but a lot of these people will become buyers when they sell their house. So they'll actually be both of those things. So the script is, hello, top producing realtor or client of WFG. Do you have any clients that are waiting for rates to drop in order to save money on a monthly basis? Well, I have a campaign that will show you why now might actually be a better time to buy. So if we take a look at that, let's go ahead and jump on over to the Client Advantage. So when we're looking ahead, we're creating some urgency here. We're saying, like, here's some things you need to know. And while I don't have a crystal ball, let me give you some data and show you what we're seeing and what's being prognosticated. And so what it really breaks down to is in Portland market, prices have dropped 2.7 year over year from 550 down to 534,900, which does create some buying opportunities. However, according to economists from Zillow, they're expecting them to jump 6.5% by July of 2024. And that is in that article that I showed you. So that would increase the median home price up to 569, 668. So that's actually even above what it was previously. Second, inventory is still low. That's basically across the country, but especially here in Portland. So there's going to be a ton of competition for homes. And so even if, as predicted, and this is kind of tough right now, but rates drop by a full percentage by July of next year, home buyers will most likely come back to market at that point in time. And historically speaking, in July, we're seeing a 3 to 5% above asking price as far as a sales price. So it's going above list price in 3 to 5% than they would be right now, where it's actually 0.2%. So where this really comes down to it is monthly payment is what matters. So what this all adds up to is that your payment will be roughly $3,748 if you wait until next year, or now. If you wait until next year, it will be $3,709, meaning you are going to save roughly $39 a month. However, you're most likely going to be paying almost $51,000 more for that house. You're going to have $51,000 more in principal, and you will pay $51,000 more, meaning you're basically paying $51,000 to save $39 a month. And I'm not a math whiz, but you think about how long it takes to pay $51,000 off at $39 a month. That is going to be a very, very, very long time and does not necessarily pencil. So if people are looking at all at potentially making a move, waiting for rates to drop, they either need to just hunker down and be potentially for a couple of years, or they should jump in now, because right now is when you'll get the cheapest home. Because as soon as rates do drop, there will be a glut of sales, a lack of inventory, and there will be a ton of competition driving pricing up. So we do have a text message alternative. Do you know somebody's waiting for rates to drop? And it's like, yep, everyone I know is doing that. Well, did you know that trying to save $39 a month could cost you $51,000 next year? Seriously? Yep, we should probably chat about that. Then we get into the actual social graphic. Here's the side-by-side comparison showing the 1% drop in rate, the difference in price as far as like what will cost you to actually purchase the house, and then of course what that equals in a monthly payment. So I've got all of this copy for you in the actual Word document. So if I flip over to that Word document, here is everything in the Word document. We do have the text alternatives down here, the social copy. And so, as it really breaks down, I think the number that's going to stick out is the additional cost or principal versus the amount saved in your monthly payment. The other thing that you could always bring up is the fact that if you buy now, yes, it will be expensive for a little while, but when rates drop, you can always refinance and then actually get the lower payment with the lower principal. So that's where, where we can actually justify trying to get people to then make that move and go now. And so I am going to send you this. This is a Canva template. So the link that was in the sales advantage will take you to this so you can adjust it for your list price, your offer price. You can look through all the data, change interest rates, and all of this stuff can be updated. So this is something that is fully editable for you to change for your current market. So hope this helps. As always, please do let me know if you have any questions.